Today we cook, but instead of mashing together vegetables, spices and sauces, we are serving violins, horns and a choir. I stumbled upon a fascinating course called Orchestration Recipes and want to do one lesson hands-on with you. The idea behind Orchestration Recipes is that it doesn't matter so much which sample libraries you use, but how you combine them to create certain moods and feelings with only a few patches. The recipes are supposed to be simple and easy to recreate. I am your chef, and for today's acoustic dinner, I chose recipe number 1 from the course. A heroic choral bisque with infused pianoforte. This is what the end result should sound like. And wow, this sounds tasty! I instantly get this O Fortuna feeling of impending doom or the rise of an empire. I'm curious if we can reproduce this sound and create our own motifs with this atmosphere simply by following the recipe. I'll put together one dish with you so you can see the entire process and also present 3 more examples of the same recipe that I prepared before. The full course is only $30 and contains a total of 21 recipes, with 2 sound examples each, downloadable MIDI files, an intro video, and detailed explanation notes by Master Chef Philip Johnson himself. I'll post the link in the description below. If you sign up for the course from this link, it will support me and my channel a little bit, with no additional cost for you. But now, let's get cooking! Today's ingredients are a choir with sopranos, altos, tenors and basses, a piano, staccato violins, and horns. I loaded up the patches and set the mic positions and reverb to resemble the sound of the finished meal a bit more. Now we can add the ingredients. Let's start by recording a main choir melody for our little theme. Alright, now we can copy it over to the women and pitch it an octave above. Let's double the choir with the violins now, and simply do a copy-paste job, as the recipe suggests. We do have to adjust the velocities, because the CSS violins are quite loud with this level of velocity. And for the swells, we might actually give them a different articulation, maybe sforzando to make them a little bit longer. Alright, we now want to bring in the piano with 16th notes arpeggios. We're using the chords E minor, C major and D major, so I will follow this chord progression with my piano arpeggios. In this orchestration recipe, the piano works for us as a percussive element. That's why we want to keep the notes very short. I will accentuate the bass notes and make the other notes a little bit less pronounced. I also want to make them more even. Maybe like this. Down just a little bit. And there we go. Now we can think about the horns. We want long sustains with a swell-like character. I'll fill in the modulation afterwards with the mouse, because I think with these swells, it's easier to actually have it more even with the mouse than doing it with the mod wheel. Okay. Give it a little bit of breathing room at the end of each phrase. And make sure that the legato is triggered. For the modulation, I use the line tool. I want it to attack a little bit later and to keep the higher dynamics for a little bit longer. So maybe like this. I think it's a little bit early, which I can change with Cinematic Studio Brass by taking down the velocity, because it triggers the slower legato speed. And I think we don't have to go all the way up. Maybe like this. I now learned that for this type of dramatic and heroic choral epicness, I can use a percussive piano at the bass with long sustained horns and a strong choir doubled by violins. Let's take a listen to the 3 dishes I prepared for you beforehand, with the very same orchestration technique, but each with their own distinct flavor. I feel like my palette of orchestral colors has increased already, and this was just the very first of 21 recipes in total. I was able to follow the instructions easily and quickly came up with my own interpretations. It's great fun to experiment within the framework of the recipe, and it makes you focus on writing motifs while taking care of the orchestration for you. When enrolling on the course, you will see detailed chef notes and explanations for each ingredient, and helpful tips that'll make it easy for you to create your own compositions. All of this for $30 seems generous to me, and I can absolutely recommend you to sign up and give it a try yourself. Leave a thumbs up on the video if you like this walkthrough. Happy cooking, and until next time.